Hello and welcome to my community on Afrocentric TV channel 27.9. This is our new channel. As you know, we migrated from 15.8 to 27.9, and this is a very much better space that we are. We promise you to have and enjoy an improved service and, of course, much more better programs. My name is Kolawole Akinmuyiwa. I am the host of my community, of course, your community. I'm here in the Houston area where we'll talk about the African diaspora. And today we're going to be focusing on two things. But the first is going to be our main events. You know, annually we have what we call the Afrocentric EVA Award. EVA, that's EVA, which stands for Excellence, Value, and Achievement. And this is to promote our the Africans in the Houston area, in the Houston metro area. Of course, to qualify, you must have been in business for at least 2 years. You must be in the Houston area. You know, when I talk about the Houston metro area, as far as Conroe, the Woodlands, you know, Fulshire, Galveston, and the likes, Baytown, So, but as long as you're an African, and you are, or you're a Caribbean, or even someone of my complexion that might be willing to do business or that has been doing business here in the Houston area, you're more than welcome to participate in this award. Starting next year, we are going to expand the coast, but the variables are still going to be defined. But before then, today we will be talking about the upcoming event on the 29th of October 2023 here in Houston at GSH Event Center, and that will be 9550 West Belfort. And to talk about it, and so we can get an understanding of why we started this event and why we're doing it annually, is of course, someone you rarely see behind the camera. Where you rarely see in front of the camera is usually behind the camera, and who happens to be our executive producer and the CEO of Afrocentric Television, Mr. Wale Van. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, well, you're not strange. You're not a stranger to this studio, of course. But it's always good to have you. I think I've been the only one to interview you physically.
Yeah.
You never. It's funny.
It's a very rare occasion.
It's very rare occasion, guys.
So.
And so, but this is a very important event that is coming up for Afrocentric Television. And so, who's better to talk about it than, of course, you can call me the VP or the business developer or the marketing or whatever you want to call me in Afrocentric. However, I'm hosting. This is my community. It's a community event, so we have to have the CEO talk about the event, and I'm excited about it. Thank you for coming, and please tell us why we started the EVA Awards.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same basic reason as last year, and it's going to continue to be the same reason always. Our community is filled with a lot of people who are doing great things, making impact, and attaining giant strides. So, and we found out as media that, especially when it comes to our community, basically, we're not often celebrated. So the only time you see us in the mainstream media is when you have bad things.
I know
that someone
defrauded somebody.
So that's when you see Africans, Nigerians on the major TV, media. So, but we decided to change that narrative, because if we don't continue to celebrate the good things we're doing, how do we want to motivate, the other people who are looking up, to some of us to continue to, put in that great effort, at doing the best we can, especially in the United States. And so we decided to create an award that celebrates, Africans in the diaspora, especially starting with Houston, because this is our base. So we just wanted to start this and then later on see how we can make it, you know,
A
national event. So yeah, basically we're celebrating three things, which is the acronym, and it eventually became the nickname for the award, or you know, like you have the Oscars. So the award is titled or nicknamed EVA, and EVA is an acronym for excellence, values, and achievements. So these are the core principles on which this award is based.
It's
so
based upon.
People who are, you know, doing things excellently, who are, you know, contributing, you know, valuably to the community, and then achieving, you know, great things. So that's basically what it's all about.
Thank you for breaking that down, because I think you couldn't have said it better. I wouldn't know how to put it together, but thank you for. Last year we had a host, Helen Paul.
Yeah,
crazy lady. Yeah. So this year, just before we talk about what's going to happen this year, give us some highlights of the events last year. You know, from who was in attendance, how did where was it held? I know all of this, but for our audience that are looking forward to this year, so they can have an expectation based on what happened last year.
Okay, so a recap of last year's event. Remember, it was held on the 9th of October,
right,
2022.
That was a Sunday.
Yeah, on a Sunday. Basically, this award will always take place on a Sunday, preferably, or mostly will be on the second Sunday in October. Mm-hmm. You know, but this one had to shift, you know, due to some logistical issues. It was initially scheduled for the 1st, and then because there were lots of events on the 1st, especially because of the Nigerian Independence Day celebration.
That's correct, I remember.
So we now had to, you know, switch the date for the 29th. So this year's event is on the 29th. However, as I was saying, last year, it was on a Sunday, and we had several people, you know, we had the mayor of Houston present. We have the congresswoman. We had people from
Congresswoman Sheila
Jackson Lee.
Yeah.
We had the Democratic chair for Fort Bend County.
Ms. Ginyard.
Yeah. Okay. We had councilwoman from Missouri City, Monica Riley. Yeah, you know. So we had
pro tem
mayor from Stafford City, and I mean, we have a lot of people who came, especially from the city. So I mean, this year also there's going to be a lot of people. This year we are having representations from five or six major cities, mayors, you know, council members, and you know, elected office officials, you know, are going to be present from City of Houston, Richmond, City of Richmond, Stafford, Sugarland, Katy, and Missouri City. Yeah, so yeah, so it's going to be, you know,
it gets bigger,
a lot better than last year.
It gets bigger. Yeah. And some of the highlights from last year was when we had some women come on stage to sing the different
the national anthem of different countries in Africa. So every year we before the event kicks off, we do an amazing rendition of the American national anthem. So last year it was done by Sheyi Alesh, the saxophonist, and he did a beautiful job with that. And this year we have someone else, which we're not going to let the cat out of the bag yet.
An expectation.
So and then so after that, you know, Helen Paul, who was the host, you know, came up with an
idea, maybe?
Yeah, a concept whereby people who can sing their national anthem
from their
came up stage.
hometown,
Home country, yeah.
in
So came up
Africa,
stage,
yes.
and you can imagine how a lot of people
was
blew
difficult.
it, man. It was,
Oh
so
my goodness! Well, that was beautiful.
one
That
of
was
the
a beautiful
highlights,
highlight on there. And I remember the mayor pro tem also blessed Afrocentric TV with
we got
some declaration,
recognition
and
from the city of Stafford, and then also we had a congressional recognition from the Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, and what else?
That was an award.
Yeah, then I had another personal
award,
recognition, congressional recognition also,
right.
And that was.
So their performance.
But this year we're expecting a lot of recognitions and proclamations this year.
Right, there were performances as well.
Yeah, a lot of performances.
I forgot this guy's name.
Oloye.
Oloye. Yes, that was beautiful. Delight.
Yeah. Demola, the violinist.
The violinist. Yeah, there was a lot. Ellen Paul's comic. That was crazy. When I say his name, crazy lady, I call her crazy lady, but she's so sweet and soft. Yeah. So, but this year is going to be a lot different. We had the theater setting from last year. We're limited to some things we can and cannot do because it's the theater, is the rule of the theater. You can do certain things, you cannot do certain things. But this year we are going to be using the GSH Event Center, which can accommodate us over 1,000. And it's going to be flat. It's going to be, the ambience is going to be a little different, but this is going to be more interactive, and I think it's going to be a lot more fun this year.
Oh yeah, like I remember, last year I promised, during my address that, that was just the beginning of what we're going to be doing. I'm a lot excited about this awards, because it was the first event that we actually curated from Afrocentric TV, and the goal is to create an event, just like the Grammys, the Oscars, but this time around it's celebrating the community. So after last year's event, we decided that we want another grand venue, that can speak volumes of what we're hoping to achieve. So this year we're using the GSH Event Center. Is one of the great places to host an event in Houston. So this year the award is going to be held there, and we is just very beautiful. We have the stage, all the screens, everything is there. The backstage. We have, I think 2 or 3 different, places at the backstage where we can,
there are changing rooms there, we can accommodate a whole lot more. And this year also, there's going to be, one of the things that I like for us to point out is the categories that we're going to be honoring.
Okay.
Some of which are, you might want to talk about.
Okay,
them,
so
the categories that we honor.
Honorary or the general?
That's general.
Generally, like the award is based on 4 major categories and then 1 honorary category. So in a whole, we have 5 categories. So the honorary categories, we have the personalities category. This focuses on individuals, individuals who are doing great things, Eva-wise, so we celebrate those people, and then we have businesses. So we have several businesses within our community who are also doing great things, Eva-wise. That's the new, lingo.
Eva has been excellent.
Excellence, values,
they provide the excellence, the value, and they've achieved something.
Then we have organizations like, associations, non-for-profits, churches, mosques, faith-based generally, and professional organizations and all that, who are also doing things, EVA-wise. And then finally, we have the education.
I was going to say academic,
education category, and that focuses on, because we as Africans, we are well celebrated when it comes to education. We are top, on the list of highly educated individuals in the United States. So we want to celebrate those who are making us, doing us proud in that area. We have from high school to the colleges and universities. So we're going to be, bringing up the Africa Student Associations from the high school and the colleges and universities. And unfortunately, this year we will not be having the Student of the Year in the high school category and the colleges and universities category. So that's the only thing we're taking out from there. But next year it will be back. So apart from that, we have the Teacher of the Year, we have the Administrator of the Year, and then we have the Academia, for the year 2023. So aside of that, we now have honorary awards for specific individuals. So the awards is in two categories, basically. I mean, two.
If only I
two divides. Let me just say two divides. So the first is the competitive awards, which is where you have the personalities, businesses, organizations, and education categories. So those ones are voted for by the community. So initially we sent out nominations out. People nominated in all these categories, a total of 42 categories.
But when you say we sent out nominations out, so I need to just point that out, that what we did was we pushed out the different categories. We pushed it out in form of a survey or a jot form where you can fill out whoever it is merits the category. So they must qualify. First of all, that's the first screening. They must have been in business for at least 2 years in the Houston area. They must service. They must have done something
in the community
and things like that. So people, that was a lot of votes. Nominations. People sent out names for different categories, and after that nomination, the closure of that nomination.
Yeah, once that closed, we now pick the top 5
from each category,
from those categories,
and then people will now send out the names, list them under the categories on our website, afrocentrictv.com. Afrocentric, of course, with a K at the end. Afrocentrictv.com. Then you can get on there, then vote. Then people started voting, and the statistics is very, very. In fact, it was very, very competitive this year. We don't know who's leading just yet, but we know for sure at certain point, and that closed on the 6th of October, correct?
Yeah,
I think it was a Saturday. It closed on the 6th. Oh, no, it was a Friday. Friday, the 6th of October. After that closed, we're able to get the analytics, and so it's going to be based on that. It's not going to be determined by myself or Mr. Wale or any of the team members, but by your votes. So your votes now is not going to be counted, and whoever takes the lead takes the award. But then, what better way to unleash? It's going to be on that day, the 29th. It's a Sunday, of course, the 29th of October, 2023. And
so, like you said, the voting was, kind of like, dynamic, because originally you find somebody leading, and then before you know it, someone takes over, and then another person comes up. It was just great. So
I'm glad altogether that people are actually.
Oh yeah, a lot of people responded to that. In all we had like 3,444 votes total. And, it was just amazing to see how, much impact all these individuals, businesses, organizations have made in the lives of people in our community. Right. So it was
So
great.
it's just beautiful to
taking
know.
me to the honorary awards now. So that was the competitive awards, which was based on the voting.
On voting, yeah.
So, but the honorary award is now the prerogative of Afrocentric TV and Afrocentric Awards to, select certain individuals in our community that we feel we want to honor for this year. So that's how it's going to be. Every year we'll be selecting different people that we'll be honoring. So because sometimes they might not make the vote.
What are the criteria for selection, though?
Yeah, basically it's based on people that we know of. Because take for instance the nomination. Some people we don't even know them. We don't even know what they've done until after the list came in. But this one, there are people that we know in our community. There are people that we've watched them, we've seen all the great things they've been doing. So they've made impact, and all that.
For next year, if you know anyone that, because there are some hidden gems amongst us, right? So if you know anyone that you think deserves a recognition, and you have the profile of that person, their achievements, the values they bring to the community, and
just recommend them.
Recommend them. Of course, we would like to do an exploratory.
Maybe from what you said, maybe what we'll be doing this time around, we'll ask for recommendations
from the community.
So we'll put it with a par with our own, and then we now pick. So it's not only going to be from our hand, so we can extract from the community.
So now let's talk about ticket sales. Let's talk about ticket sales, because it takes the community, of course, to bring something like this together. It takes the whole team as well. Afrocentric has been doing well, coming out of pocket to do a whole lot, but we need your help. We do need your help. So we need sponsorships from you guys. If you're a business owner, if you're an individual, you want to support, if you're, a community member that see what Afrocentric TV is doing in the community, and you feel like, oh, these guys need support, or I would just want to bless these guys for what they're doing. Not the money doesn't come to us, but it needs to go towards, securing the hall, which we have partially, securing the hall, printing some of these things that we're going to see. This is a booklet from last year, and if you take a look at it, it's there's a whole lot of sponsorship that comes with it, and it's a fine print. So we need money to do all of these things. So get your tickets, right? If you get your tickets, we'll be able to do some more of these things. There are plaques that are going out. Those does not come for free. We have to pay for those. Of course, and there are lots of logistics works that needs to go into place. There are, some thanks of course to our sponsors so far, and thanks to those that are performing, that are doing it, for the community, and just to lighten up the mood of some people, of some of us, if not all of us, on that day. So we appreciate you. We're not taking any of this for granted. So to get your ticket or to inquire about sponsorship, please visit www.afrocentrictv.com. It's AFROCENTRIK TV.com for your tickets. And the event is going to be on Sunday, October 29th, 2023. I think the event starts what time? At 6 p.m.? 6 p.m.
No, it starts at 5.
Or 5
with the
p.m. with the red carpet.
We have a 1.5 hours for
red carpet.
And then by 6:30 it kicks off, straight.
And this year, if you get a ticket, you can, there's a soft pedal. You can have a lot of fun. And there's going to be an after party, of course, right there and then too. Once we're done with the award proper, we hope to end it all by 9:30.
Yeah, about 9:30, 9:45.
Yeah, thereabouts. So once we round up, we just convert everything to a party where the our DJ, I won't let you know the name just here, but it's our top DJ here in Houston. Will be giving us light sound, Afrobeats, and lovely songs, music to dance to, and then the performance. Then we can mingle, we can network as well. And then make the mood lighter a little bit. There's going to be 2 bar stands where you can, if you feel like you want to, you can always approach them and get something. But come with money. We come with money, please. There are going to be tables. If you want to buy tables, there are going to be tables, of course. But again, we are going to make this very, 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 very organized, just so you can have comfort, you can enjoy the ambience, and of course, there's going to be a take home because you're going to see what people are doing in the community that is going to cause you to even strive and do better, within the community.
Yeah, it's going to be very organized and professional, from the point of your matriculation into the hall, and everything, put everything together. It's just going to be a very wonderful experience for you. And the sitting is going to be in 3 categories. Basically, we have the special guests, where they're going to be seated at the front on the table. Then we have the area here marked for the nominees. All the nominees, they're sitting in one spot, so we have access to them, and then they have access to the stage. If they win, so they can easily navigate towards the stage in quick time. So everything is going to be prompt. So I mean, it's going to be a wonderful experience. Yeah, just something.
And I'm looking forward to it. Sincerely looking forward to it. So I'll urge you to get your ticket. We're doing the ticket this year on VIP Socio, but of course you can click on that get ticket link on our website, which is www.afrocentrictv.com.
And the ticket is $50, and if you are going to be paying on that day, it's going to be $70. So please make sure you purchase your ticket early. Tickets is the one thing is we have limited space for because this event already has its own audience. Because we have over 220 nominees. So, and they have access to bring one person. So that's 440 people already taken.
Right.
And then we now have the invited guests, special guests, which is going to like 70 to about 100 people. So we're already maxing
500.
Right. 500, sorry. So we now have 250 tickets left for the general public. So if you don't already have your tickets, please make sure you do.
It's going to be fun. I can guarantee you there a comedy show, dances, music, and of course honoring people. Ladies and gentlemen, please get your tickets. I can stretch that enough. Get your ticket, www.afrocentrictv.com, and we look forward to seeing you there and also celebrating you and with you. Until then, just stay tuned. I, Kolawole Akinmuyiwa, will be right back. Thank you.
220 nominees, 42 major awards, 4 categories, and 12 honorary awards. Join us on the 29th of October 2023 for the sophomore edition of Afrocentric EVA Awards. It's a convocation of the African diaspora as we celebrate the excellence, values, and achievements that bind us together as a community. Red carpet 5 p.m., ceremony 6:30 p.m. Live at the GSH Event Center, 9550 West Belford Avenue, Houston, Texas 77031. Tickets are available at www.afrocentrictv.com. This year's event will have as special guests 5 mayors, congressional representatives, city council members, commissioners, community leaders, business executives, celebrities, and the diaspora community. Afrocentric EVA Awards, celebrating excellence, values, and achievements. Sunday, 29th of October 2023 at the GSH Event Center, 9550 West Belford Avenue, Houston, Texas 77031. Go to afrocentrictv.com for your tickets.
Welcome back to my community on Afrocentric TV channel 27.9. I will never forget that we have migrated from, of course, 15.8 to 27.9, where we have bigger and better viewing for you and much interesting programs. I hope you have enjoyed the first segment, and now on to the second. The second one is going to be about, a beautiful lady. I'll tell you all that. Well, I have to give it away anyway because you guys gonna have to get to see her. But she is, of course, an author, right? She's a trainer, and she's called the Futurist. That's what I'll call her anyway. Her name is Udeme Ekoriko. She is a host. Udeme, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
So, having read through your profile and everything, and I thought, I was actually my expectation. Don't let me lie to you right now. I'm just going to be bluntly honest. I was looking for some older person, gray hair, everything. But when we're talking about the future, like someone that had seen it, but again, some people are gifted, But I just want to thank God for your life as well, for the things you're doing. Because I learned you're a trainer, you're an author, because to write is not easy. That I know for a fact. And also you train people. It's not easy to bless others with whatever gift you have.
Right.
A lot of people just utilize it for themselves, but you chose to put it in writing and also to train people from being an employee to being entrepreneurs and things like that. So why don't you give us a little insight? Udeme, I like that name already because I think it's from AKS. That's why I call it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. I love that place. I can live there. I can definitely live there. And the food is awesome.
That's good to know.
And they have very good roads. I'll tell you a guy that much.
Okay.
So yes, tell us about it. Welcome to the show, first of all.
Thank you for having me. This means everything. I'm honored. My name is Udeme Ekoriko.
You have to say with that accent, Udeme Ekoriko. That's being prideful, isn't it? I said Udeme. She said, my name is Udeme Ekoriko.
But that's the name, and I hope you know what Udeme means. It means God's portion. It's a gift from God. God crafted, and I feel elated to be here today. I'm a peak performance strategist, and one would ask, what's that? This is about, there's one thing to just teach on peak performance, nothing to ensure that there are goals set and results come through. So I studied at the prestigious University of Calabar some years ago. I studied there, and then I did my master's here at Regis University, Denver, Colorado. Then I began interning for a multinational that is Asia-based, but they have a big thing in Nigeria. They even have a manufacturing plant at the Lekki Free Trade Zone. So I represented them in Akwa Ibom State at that time and started training. And I would come to Las Vegas almost every other year out here to just train, just get some extra courses. And that helped me to raise a team of over 500,000 people in 3 continents for this Asian company. And just a few years ago, I stepped back to really look inward because I found that you can keep giving and giving, but if you do not go into the next phase of legacy, you would just deplete yourself out. And so I decided to go back to what's more like a passion. I started out as a French teacher. I studied foreign languages in Unical. And so I taught for years before I decided to do business, and now it's entrepreneurship. So it's being able to let people see the big in them and stretch them enough to be able to bring something to the table, not just for someone, but for that core. Everyone is here on the earth for something. So we help you find that out, and we help you play big in life.
So when you say peak, I need you to define that. Peak could mean that the topmost of anyone's career. It could be wherever you strive to be. That's the farthest you can go, things like that. Can you expatiate on that?
On peak, I would like to say that peak here.
Because but you say it's a peak performance, right? So I just wanted to get a vibe of it because I need people to understand that too.
Sure. Peak performance here would have to do, every organization has what they're looking out for, as in their mission, their targets, and all of that. So it's being able to strategically find out how to serve your own company, your organization in the way that suits their purpose and their mission statement. So for the company I was in, they dealt, on daily consumables, and household items. So one of the things we did was to ensure that every, country that we went, every household knows about this company and get to use their product. Beyond that, the productivity comes in being able to get these people to do this business side by side and also employing who they are into it. Who they are here means, for instance, I was a teacher. I was able to have teams that I'm training on marketing, not just the product, marketing themselves, their brands, being able to. This book is really about my own entrepreneurial journey, how I decided to, throw in the towel, the 9 to 5, and then begin to do this. It was hard, mother of two, having to do it all alone. It was hard, but that resilience to stay on is allowing me get into my own peak, okay, while also serving the company I was working for. So the peak performance is bringing your best to the table, putting the best foot forward. Beautiful,
maximizing your how do I put this down?
The potential
that you have, basically. Yeah. And that way you're developing yourself at the same time, building capacity for the company.
Awesome. I call it you grow, you grow bigger while you're serving, because that gives purpose to what you're doing. If I'm just serving and I don't like it and I'm not growing, then I think it's not a win-win scenario.
So tell us about your migration story. I'm not sure if you're fully here in the States right now, or maybe you're, but I know for sure when I was reading your profile that you had helped people, employees and entrepreneurs alike in more than three continents, not countries now, but continents. We're talking about Africa and the Americas and maybe Asia and Europe. So can you tell us a little bit about that journey?
So when we're talking about being able to talk about how I got here,
the journey
last year, I was in a place in my life where I had given over 7 years of service to that multinational, and I just wanted something of worth. So when I turned 38, I decided to start up this organization I call the Futurist.
She said when she turned 38.
Yeah.
Oh, I just said it. When I was saying that, I said, first of all, I was expecting someone with gray hair and everything, and then you came in and and we were talking, and I'm thinking, oh, she's so young, she's in her 20s. And then she said when I turned 38. I'm not going to ask her how old she is.
Don't worry, you'll find that out as we exactly. So so when I turned 38, I decided to give back by ensuring that I got into what I called my passion, what I was born to do. In that organization, I had raised people, remember, and so we were called world changers. So I decided to make a community out of it. So we started what we call the Futurist Foundation, giving back, to communities that would never really be able to give back to us, like water, sanitary product, different stuff. So while doing this consciously, an organization here in the States decided to have more like a building fund, something they needed to do. So we were able to give something back here in Houston. And by the time I was asked to come over here, I just knew that it was time to be here. But the truth is, it felt like I was weeks away because I didn't wake up and say I was going to be here. As a matter of fact, I came for a conference in Atlanta and I had a call to be here, and I came in here and that was it. So here we are building, for this 10 months I've been out here, we decided to start building an app to serve the community. So now it's no longer about that Asian company or my group of friends, but calling on entrepreneurs in Houston. Let's connect, let's know, serve each other, and let's just build something bigger.
I had a friend of mine and I sometimes last month being September, right? Yeah. So he called me and said, for whatever it is you guys are doing at Afrocentric TV, I thought we should do something. And I told him, I said, what is it that you want us to do? He said, we should come together and, see if we can start building capacity within the Houston area. So that aligns solely with everything you had just said so far. And I told him, because we have an award coming up, it's going to be after the award. I don't want any distractions whatsoever. I just want to focus on the success of the award show, and after that we can pick that up. And so now that you're talking about, I think it's a quick plug-in. I would definitely introduce you guys. So maybe it's something you can plug into whatever it is that this is going, because this is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of people have the talent, they have the gift, they have the brains, they are entrepreneurs, but then they are missing in their journey to achieving or doing more.
Yeah.
So this probably when you have others that you can, it feels like it's a community where you can feed off of one another, not being parasites, but each being a host
to
one another. You then become someone you can leverage on the person's idea, someone might just be in the finance space, basically, or for instance, someone in this finance space, someone in the project space needs financing. They can meet over there, and then it's going to be more like a network event, basically.
Collaboration, coming together.
Right.
That connect is really what we are doing. So this app actually is what we're going to be unveiling on Saturday. We are putting out more like the wait list, so we can have the people. What I did was basically to go out of my way to meet people. Whether it's startup, whether it's tech, whether it's fintech, whatever it is you're doing, that I could need your services and you might need mine. All we just need to do is come together first and foremost. Get this app, be able to connect, and then see the other things, because the World Changers community is not really about coming together, as it were. It's about coming together and serving. We are not just coming together to just, for the fun of it. We want to know what you can bring, what I can bring, and together we make the world. The world is a global village.
It is a global village. I agree with you. So on Saturday, you mentioned on Saturday there's an event coming up.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
On Saturday,
let's talk about
the event.
That. I see the excitement. I can tell. See the excitement. One moment I said, let's talk about it. You got excited. Yeah.
I am, because you know how you get into a space and you're told, oh, don't worry, just be here in the next 3 months, 6 months max, you're back. Because I would have still loved to do what I do from Lagos, Houston, Lagos, and then you get in and then it's taking longer. I started, almost losing my mind, because I'm like, no, I had things to do, and all of that. And so it dawned on me that, girl, it's going to be 1 year and you're just out here. Why don't you, the world's a global village. You just said that. And I keep saying, the Holy Book says that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. So that means if you say that the earth is His, you can operate anywhere. And that greatness is not location, driven. You could be anywhere. So
this time everything is virtual.
Right.
Anyway, so.
I stood up and then decided to tell my guys, let's do this. Let's put up this app. We're waiting to launch it sometime on my 40th birthday next year. And so I decided to, you got it. And so I decided to okay, let's just even put the wait list. Let's begin to connect with the people. You don't even know who you have around. So on Saturday, 21st of October, 2023, we're going to be at Courtyard by Marriott, in Sugarland. For noon. It's just a 3-hour event. Noon, 3 o'clock, we're out of that place. We are meeting. We are unveiling what this entire app is about, and above all, we're connecting. It is a meet, greet, connect kind of outing. But I'm also going to be unveiling the other 2 aspects of this beautiful community. Which should I leave it for you to get there? No, let me just let you have an idea. It's going to be an app that is going to let you see the technology we are putting in there that would help your business. You're going to also see what we are planning for every month. We have the fireside chat, more like we are bringing the experts. We are not the expert, but we have connect to those ones. We can bring them in that help on tech, on fintech, and help on different other things. We're even going to AI and the rest of it. Personally, I'm a student of tech at the moment, but we are leveraging, that's just the word. This community is basically to serve one another and to move into our space of purpose. There's another part of it, which is the faith-based part of what we've been doing. It's called the Unashamed Project. Now, my story is written in this book.
Project.
Yeah, it's about shame. Now, when we talk about shame, abuse, and all kinds of things, people feel it's just, gender sensitive. There are so many men, and I think it's even worse on the men, because they internalize a lot. They're not as vocal as we can be. So this is a place where we give you access to professional therapy, counseling, and these people are professionals, and basically to help you bring the best so you can serve. There are so many people that would have done better, but they are going through a whole lot that is suppressing what is in them. So the Unashamed Project is, also focused on what I had to go through at a time in my life, which was domestic violence was so bad, and being that it was in church, I couldn't really voice it. But over time, I found my voice and was able to deal with that. I've never really spoken on it for years. This is an opportunity to just help, lend a hand to someone.
And the moment you start talking about, you heal from there.
That's it. You're right. You're right.
So on Saturday, the Futurist presents Playing Big. And the session theme is taking off your limits.
Yeah, every limit.
Taking off your limits. I like that. So you're the founder of what we call WCC, World Changers Community, and that's what this is about.
Yes, sir.
So, guys, it's going to be on October the 21st, 2023. It's going to start at noon. It's going to be in Sugarland, of course, the Courtyard by Marriott, Houston, Sugarland area. And of course, she said it's going to be all about meet and greet. And then the main event starts at 1 p.m. where she unveils all of everything she just talked about. If you're not there, I think you're missing it. Do we need to register?
Yes. There is a link to register. I could just have that, so I just read it out.
Right. So no, it's fine. It's the tiny URL, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a tiny URL, www.tiny.cc/playing-big. So that's www.tiny.cc/ that's / of course PLAYINGBIG, or you can just call 346-210-9875. Again, it's the number to call is 346-210-9875. The event is going to be at the Courtyard by Marriott, Houston, Sugarland, Lake Point, Texas, of course, on the 21st of October 2023, and it starts at noon. You don't want to miss it. Look at this beautiful woman. She's going to be the host that day. Udeme. I said that right. Well, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. We look forward to it, and hopefully we'll learn some more at your feet that day, and hopefully also get exposure to other entrepreneurs and community members. Let me ask you this last question, and it has to do with the website. Is there a fee to?
No, this is free.
It's a free event.
This is free. Yeah, that's why even on there you'd see register free. The free is capitalized, so one would see, and also to just put it in. We're going to be having the sales of this book, this amazing book by me. Okay,
and that's the futurist.
Yeah, it's a futurist.
That's about the story,
entrepreneurial, journey, and beyond just the story. There's a part of it that is called Unashamed, and basically it's not even really my story at that point. It's being able to tell everyone that there is something to live for. There are times you go through so much in life that you are like, okay, it's done, it's over. But when you look inside, there is hope. And
so
the second you can,
up.
Exactly, it's something that tells you could thrive anywhere in the world. So we're going to be giving a discounted price of the book, not the real price out there on Saturday.
So if you're there, another lucky thing you can do is grab, not other than connecting with others, networking. You can grab knowledge in the book, The Futurist. Right? Don't forget, Courtyard by Marriott in Sugarland, 21st October 2023 starts at noon. Meet and greet, and of course the main event where she unveils everything starts at 1. And welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you for putting this together.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, we hope to see you there. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thank you. All right, welcome back to my community on Afrocentric TV channel 27.9. I've told you before, this is that station that revolves around the Africans in diaspora, starting here in Houston area, where we love ourselves, our communities so much. As you can see, today's edition and episode is focused on events happening here in Houston. We bring it to you, like they say, hot, right? Yeah, so here, the first episode, of course, it was about the event coming up on Afrocentric TV, which is the Afrocentric EVA Awards. That's going to be at 9550 West Belfort on the 29th of October 2023. It's going to be an award show where we celebrate the excellence, the values, and of course, the achievement of individuals and organizations here in Houston. Of course, hosted by Houston Afrocentric TV. And the second edition, of course, or the second episode, is where we have our beautiful lady Udeme. I have to say the way she says, I said her name. I felt it, that the way she said it passionately, and which is an event where a community event where you can come together. Of course, you can register for free to come to that event. With the tiny URL is www.tiny.cc/ let me put that up /playing-big. Right? So be there, register, then come join us. It's going to be on the 21st of October 2023. And of course, it's going to be at the Marriott Sugarland. All this are put together by Afrocentric TV, and you should understand that we need your support regardless. For you to follow us, please, on YouTube, please do Afrocentric Television. You have to write that in full. That's www.youtube.com/Afrocentric Television. And on Instagram and Facebook and other social media network is Afrocentric TV and Afrocentric Houston. For more, and if you would like to sponsor the award show, or you want to, get a booth or anything you want to do with that, you can call us on 281-571-1931, or you call 832-298-8400, or simply visit our website, www.afrocentrictv.com. Until next time, please do stay out of trouble. And it's getting chilly in Houston. Cover up, stay warm, and be well. Be safe as well. Take care. Bye-bye. Kalak and Mira.